Arizona's beef-raising families are modern food producers and land stewards who care about consumers. They're passionate about raising food, caring for the cattle, and caring for the land.
97% of all farms and ranches are owned by families. And these families are constantly caring for their animals and are stewards of the land and strive to do so they can continue to produce for the consumers here in Arizona and across the nation.
Arizona's beef-raising families and the cattle industry have been a vital part of Arizona for over 300 years. Arizona has seen its ups and downs in the cattle business, but today they proudly raise over 1 million head of cattle, and they represent the largest segment of Arizona agriculture, contributing $3.2 billion in annual economic activity.
Producing beef for your dinner table is the number one job for us. It's a priority, and we take that responsibility very seriously.
You know, as an American cattleman and as Arizona cattlemen, we provide and produce the safest, most nutritious, wholesome beef in the world.
Beef farmers and ranchers care about consumers. For Arizona's beef-raising families, consumers are the reason we produce beef each and every day. Consumers are the reason farmers and ranchers work so hard to bring safe and nutritious beef to their table.
We want to do everything that will assure our product is the best, safest product. And we do our best to keep them healthy by good nutrition levels, good herd health practices.
We're very proud of the product we produce, and the consumer is number one as far as we're concerned and our priorities. We have always produced a wholesome, healthy product, no matter where it's sold.
Well, America produces the safest food in the world, and we have just an extremely excellent track record, and we need to maintain that. We got to set our bar way above everybody else's.
Consumers are the reason beef farmers and ranchers persevere each and every day with nature, the markets, and the challenges of raising animals to produce food in the Southwest.
We found that people were happy to buy our meat, and that we could in fact be profitable with it being produced just on whatever God gave us.
Our number one priority is to have a healthy animal, and in doing so, we invest in not only the best animals we can, but have a healthy environment for the animals. They have a lot of space to run, they've got good clean water, and this helps us provide the kind of product that not only my family is proud to eat every day, but that we know that you, the consumer, would like to serve your family.
Every year, the American beef industry spends $350 million towards beef safety.
Our animal health and welfare program here in our state is supported by our cattle industry, and ultimately our consumers are protected.
All of this is spent to ensure that beef farmers and ranchers can put the most wholesome beef on your family's table, as well as on their own.
Because the consumer is the number one priority in the production of meat products, we're always developing new technologies and procedures in the industry to safeguard production of any food item that would come from the industry.
That's right. Consumers are the reason beef farmers and ranchers spend millions of dollars each year on research to enhance the safety of beef production, to find new tender beef cuts to meet their dietary guidelines, and to provide a beef meal full of protein and nutrition.
The steak has been a staple of American cuisine for decades, and here at Donovan's we pride ourselves in serving 100% USDA prime steaks. Expectations are high, and our guests, when they come here, they want to get the best, and we want to satisfy them.
People aren't going to go out as much as they used to, so when they come out, they expect the best possible quality. With prime beef, you're never going to have a bad experience. We do the best steak in the country. It's only the best possible quality. You're going to love it, and you're going to come back. And they come back time and time again.
Like all consumers, ranchers need to provide their families affordable, nutritious, and flavorful foods. They have no problem with people who have the desire and means to buy all their food from local farmers markets.
We were encouraged to do farmers markets and a little more direct, so we said, okay, we'll give it a try. We just want a quality product that consumers will like, and so far we're achieving that.
But the truth is, the beef they produce and provide to their own families is the same great beef sold to consumers at their neighborhood grocery store or favorite restaurant. That's the miracle of today's food system: greater access to farm fresh foods at an affordable price.
When it's time for the animals to go to market, I would not let one animal leave our family business that I didn't feel was safe enough for my family to consume.
Passion, protein, and strength. That's what beef farmers and ranchers are about. They're passionate about the land and their animals. The meat protein they produce is healthy, nutritious, fun, safe, and good for you. And for strength, they're the largest segment of Arizona agriculture.
You know, there are only 1% of people in agriculture that feed the other 99% in this country. So we're proud to be a part of that small community.
Healthy food comes from healthy animals, and every day on beef farms and ranches across Arizona, that's what you'll find. Treating cattle with proper care is an obligation, not an option, and is something these beef-producing families take very seriously.
Right now we're applying water, and the reason for that is we want to keep the dust down because it's healthier for the animal, and we also want to be a good neighbor.
We care about the food animals we produce. Arizona's beef-producing families provide a high level of animal care every day. We study and learn new methods and programs for better caring for our animals' nutrition, health, and production.
Our nutritionist consults with us on a monthly basis. We do take samples of our feed and send them off to the laboratory, have them checked for certain levels, fat, protein, fiber, calcium, and phosphorus, and ensuring that our animals are taken care of in the correct fashion.
Beef farmers and ranchers spend thousands of dollars on the veterinary care our animals receive each and every day.
A big part of my job is organizing, writing down, and outlining the procedures that we use when calves first come into the feed yards. Spend a lot of time deciding on those products, lots of time with the crews and training them in the correct administration. We manage these animals so that the taste, tenderness, and quality is maximized. Really, the linchpins of our business are to make sure that our cattle have plenty of room to grow, have access to a clean, good water supply, and a balanced, nutritious diet.
We've spent thousands of dollars in developing and delivering an Arizona Beef Quality Assurance Program, BQA, which provides feed, care, and medicine guidelines while conducting annual reviews for each producer's certification.
The Beef Quality Assurance Program really addresses all the concerns that individuals or organizations might have about how the animals are cared for, how they're treated, and what kind of regimens they receive while they're in the time that they're in our care.
Arizona is the 7th largest feeding state in the country, and our dairy families have the highest production per cow of any state in the nation. The family farms provide a feeding operation consisting of balanced scientific ration that's fed to the cattle 2 times a day. Shade and misters are provided and enjoyed by the cattle.
Our #1 priority here on the dairy is to take care of these cows as well as we can. They're our livelihood. They produce the product that we send to the consumers. So we do everything possible that we can just to pamper these cows every single day.
Some people call this a factory farm. To me, it's my family's fabulous farm.
Families and ranching go hand in hand. 97% of America's farmers and ranchers are part of a family-owned operation. It's common for a ranch to be passed from one generation to the next. For beef farmers and ranchers, the land isn't just where they raise cattle, it's where they raise their family. The Prosser family's been ranching in Arizona for 125 years.
It's families like us that really do produce the beef. And this country has very wholesome, healthy beef, no matter who produces it, and it's really produced by people. People like us, families like us who live off the land and who care about the land and their animals.
To these ranch families, conservation means ensuring the land will provide for the next generation by managing and maintaining the renewable natural resources on their land.
We've developed a set of goals for this land that we're working towards. We've restored springs, we've reduced the bare ground, we've increased the diversity of the grasses here on this place. We often see the antelope grazing right with the cattle, as you improve the range, as you improve the whole, it improves for cattle and wildlife as well.
Cattle ranches support a lot more than just cattle. The same land that provides food and open space for raising cattle also provides a home for many types of wildlife, including threatened and endangered species of fish, mammals, birds, and plants.
We have done a lot for the birds in this area, and it's been wonderful. And we have now over 180 species that have been cited by the Audubon Society.
Arizona's ranch families provide for many of nature's benefits. Their forage management efforts are unrivaled.
As part of our grazing management program here, a constant rejuvenation of the perennial grasses is one of our main goals. Our rotational grazing system helps keep the grasses healthy, and it helps keep the soil healthy, and helps maintain good water flow in the stream. It keeps the entire environment as healthy as possible.
These families provide and protect most of Arizona's open spaces. The tools they use in managing how their cattle graze the forage helps stabilize the soil and promotes the growth of many beneficial grasses, while protecting against erosion and forest fires.
Grazing animals and rangeland and grasslands evolve together. So grazing animals are a natural part of these rangelands, and they do things that benefit the grassland. Grasslands, in order to be healthy, need those grazing animals.
Well-managed grazing of rangelands, grasslands, and pastures is the most sustainable form of agriculture known. Arizona's ranch families are committed to protecting these lands and enhancing the benefits of nature. For these families, the land is their livelihood and their legacy.
One of the things that drives me is improving the land. We use our cattle as a tool to improve the land.
They carefully follow tried and true best management practices to protect our country's natural resources for future generations. In fact, ranchers have led conservation efforts, proving that raising cattle and environmental stewardship go hand in hand.
We believe that cattle are an essential ingredient in maintaining a healthy ecosystem.
Arizona's ranch families are not only responsible for raising cattle, but they're responsible for the land. They take care of the grasslands in order to feed the wildlife, and in order to continue to make a living from the land, they have to take care of it.
Arizona's beef farming and ranching families care about you, the consumer. They care about the animals they raise, and they care about conserving the land's resources.
There's three things always on the mind of Arizona's beef producers. First, your family's dinner table. Secondly, the generosity of the food animals they produce. And finally, the decades of love they have for the land that have provided for all this food for us.